My name is Joshi and I like to travel. Today, as you can see, I traveled from Brussels to Manarola, a small coastal village in Cinque Terre region in Italy. Here, we'll try to explore first the local life, culture, and then hopefully some food as well. The first step in our first local experience is a pesto making class. The place is only 5 minutes walking from the Manarola station, and you can book a class from Get Your Guide, TripAdvisors or similar platform. But before we do that, let's take a breakfast cappuccino like a true Italian. So, just got ourselves a cup of cappuccino. A small fact about Italians is they have cappuccino only during breakfast. For all the other times of the day, they have either espresso or just coffee. On average, Italians drink 4 coffee a day. First at breakfast, then mid-morning, after lunch, and sometimes after dinner as well. I will follow the routine during my stay, but before we do that, we have to make some organic pesto. Now, booking a pesto class is such a hit or miss activity for tourists. It could either go really well or really wrong. But fortunately for us, it was a nice gateway to learn about Italian food. Plus, it was a group activity, which I never did before during any of my previous trips. At the end, the pesto was great, the people were lovely, and the experience assured us that we do have a good taste in planning activities. Now that we have had our sort of lunch,
welcome in Bulgaria. Because I posted on my story now.
we have to drink the post-lunch coffee. So, second coffee of the day, just like a true Italian. And we are here. If you like to enjoy sandy beaches, then unfortunately there isn't any in Manarola. But if you prefer sitting on clean rocks instead, then you, my friend, are in luck. You can chill on the rocks for hours, just admiring the views. But personally for me, I always prefer to sit high up, and that's what I did here. And trust me, the views from up there on a clear day are just mwah. But anyways, after enjoying this touristic activity, I started walking towards my next experience. Here was a harbor. There was still some time until my next experience, so I decided to have a caprese and a midday coffee. So, after a long tiring day, I got myself one tomato mozzarella focaccia. I'll also have a cup of coffee afterwards. It will be third coffee for me. And after a long stroll around the area, it was finally the time. Initially, I was supposed to go on a normal ferry for enjoying the sunset. But when we met the boat owner, he was super nice to us. He let us sit on the sun deck and treated us like if we owned the boat. And tell me, what could be a more authentic experience than casually cruising around the Italian coast while eating focaccia on board? You can't really feel what I'm experiencing here, but you just have to take my word for it when I say it really felt like something you could do every day. So, if you are ever visiting Cinque Terre, then make sure to come to La Spezia for taking this sunset cruise. And if you do, just say hi to the owner from my side. Afterwards, it got pretty much dark. So I just went for the dinner. And because we are in Italy, I went for the pizza. Again, I am following the culture, so there was a mandatory after dinner coffee. I'm telling you, just on the name of experiencing the culture, I had so much coffee during my trip in Italy. To be honest, it was really nice too, especially the one from Lavazza shop in Milan. New day, new start. So we are in Monterosso, the only village in Cinque Terre region which has a beach. The sun was playing hide and seek with us on that day. But when we found our window, I got into the water. It was nice, but I didn't really want to get my hairs wet, so I didn't swim. After some time, I suddenly realized that if we didn't hurry, we might get late for our hiking, as we forgot that it was no longer the peak summer and the sunset was a little earlier than what we got used to in Belgium. And it turned out that we actually got late and we had to return from middle of the hike. But I have made a whole video on that topic, so if you want to watch, I'll put the link on your screen and in the video description as well. Now the last and most important experience that makes you feel more like a local than tourist is your stay. If you choose to stay in any of the 5 villages in Cinque Terre, you will get the touristic experience. But like us, if you choose to stay 1 hour away in a town called Lerici, then you might not feel so much like a tourist. It was a very quiet town, to be honest. Most of the tourists in our hotel were talking in Italian. We did hear a few talking in English, but they sounded very American. Overall, it was a very Italian town or a village. And from the quietness we experienced while roaming around the area, I can confidently say that it wasn't exposed to international tourists at all. Me and my friend was sticking out there so much as an outsider that at one point there was a police car passing by. They saw us waiting for the bus and they turned back just to check our IDs. It was a little weird, but definitely an experience. But anyways, almost all the hotels in this town are facing the sea. So no matter where you stay, you will definitely have a great view. I've made another video about the hotels I stayed in Italy, so if you are interested in knowing more, you can check it out. Now, another important piece of information for you. If you want to buy a bus ticket in Lerici for going to Cinque Terre or anywhere else, then you can buy it from this tobacco shop. There is no machine or app for the tickets. But if you have an Italian phone, then you can purchase it through their SMS feature. But I guess that won't be a viable option for most tourists anyways. But yeah, there you go. This is my experience of traveling like a local in Italy as a tourist. The next day, I went to Milan and did the usual touristic exploration. But now, if you are ever planning your Italian trip, then you know where to go and what to do. I hope you found this video both informational and entertaining. And if you did, then just tell it to your friends or just show them. I need more people to get connected to this channel. And if you help me do that, then I will help you too. You ask how? Watch my next video and find out.